Shaking my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay. Today we're going to talk about what I'm going to read in the month of October. It is that time of the month again. First, I have a couple of things going on. The first one is going to be to participate in Spookoplathon, which is hosted by Becca and the Books, and I will link that information down below in the description. I also am going to be participating in a TBR challenge in my own book club where I am trying to lead my team to victory. So I will be trying to fit books into that. And then of course we have my jars. We're going to go ahead and just pick the books out of my jars. I will tell you that I slayed September's TBR jars. I read the 6 books. I had 1 book for punishment. I read 6 books from the jars in the month of September, which means I am cruising on along to read just 5 picks. So we already know that I am required to read a sequel in the month of October. Now, if you don't know how my jars work, I pick 4 books out of each of these jars, and I am responsible for reading 1 out of each jar in order to complete my TBR for the month. So, okay, this is new release jar. We have got number 1. Okay, starter villain with that amazing cover. Book number 2, one that I have pulled before. I swear, I get a January release every time I pick this out. This is The Keeper 6, which is a novella by Kate Elliott. Came out in January. This is number 3. This is The Garden of the Cursed. I don't know if y'all can see that, by Katie Rose Poole. I don't know if y'all ever saw that, but I tried. I think that came out in July. I'm not quite sure. Then number 4, Gods of the Weirdwood by R.J. Barker, which, by the way, I am a R.J. Barker stan now. All right, out of the owned jar. All right, I own quite a few. This jar is getting heavy. Okay. Ah, they're falling apart. 1, The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. These ones back in. 2, okay. Ooh, The Final Strife by Sarah Al-Arifi. I don't know if I said that right. I have too many. They're all coming out at the same time. 3. This is funny because it says Along the Razor's Edge, but I read Along the Razor's Edge, so this will be the sequel to that, which is The Lessons Never Learned, or They Never Learned, because I also own that one. And then number 4, which is The Sword of Kaigan. Hey! Got some long books. Alright, time for the indie self-pubbed. Most of these are SPFBO 9 contestants. 1, okay. Oh, I don't know if y'all see this. This is The Lady of the Mark. This was a SPFBO 8 contestant. And the new one is was in SPFBO 9. Okay, 2. Alright, I think, did I pull this one last? Blood of Vengeance? I don't know. I think that's the one with gladiators. I don't really know. I can't recall. 3. It's The Truth of Crowns. And we're gonna go for something that feels right. 4. Another hefty one in Dragon Mage. I'm just being quite fair to you guys. I have so much stuff going on that I don't know if beefy books are gonna be my friend. So this is my Backlist pouch because I can't fit all of this in a jar. Alright, 1. Ah, I can't even open it. This is Never Let Me Go. 2. Revelation Space. I think that's by Alistair Reynolds. 3. Blood and Moonlight. I don't even know what that is. I will have to go through this backlist. And 4, which is Female of the Species. Okay, so I have pulled 4 out of each of these jars. Alright, let's cut to my Spookoplathon rolls. Okay, so we're going to do 5 rolls in Spookoplathon, and this is my little figure right here. I'm not even sure what kind of superhero it is, but it's the Lego Man, and I have my dice here. So we're going to roll. That is a 4 and a 6, which is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is feed scroll 2. Got my dice. Another big roll. This turned into a 5 and a 4. Which is going to be a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is Daphne du Maurier. Okay. This is a 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's something about an apple. Okay. Now 6, of course, a double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Most recent purchase. That is roll 4. Now we have to do 6 rolls because I rolled a double. This is going to be roll number 5. We have 1. We have 2 for a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a TBR Vet. And we're going to roll one more time for roll number 6, which is going to be an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is a mood read. I have gotten the best squares on Spookoplathon that you could possibly get. Woohoo! Let's now talk about what I rolled in Spookoplathon and what I'm going to read for these books. So the first thing I landed on was feed scroll. And what this means is I'm going to get on a social media app. I'm going to choose Goodreads and I'm going to scroll until I see a book that I'm interested in and that I have access to read. So this is going to lock this in for me. I'm going to go ahead and screen record. Okay, I'm going to get on the Goodreads app. I'm hoping something good comes up. I don't know about that. I'm seeing a lot of, I kind of want something a little spooky, maybe. I thought maybe people would be reading some spooky things. Let's see. Sign here. I know that this is just a sponsored ad, but I do really want to read that, and I think it's perfect for spooky season. So that, my friends, is what I'm exactly going to do. I'm going to pick up Sign here. We can quit screen recording. Then on my next roll, I landed on Daphne du Maurier, and this space is meant to read a Gothic book, and I could read Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, but I've actually DNF'd that once, and I don't want to get into the classic again, but I have a couple of things in mind for this. Starling House by Alex E. Hero that is coming out seems to be like a Gothic house kind of thing, and also A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. Yes, it's YA, but yes, God, I love Ava Reed. I loved Juniper and Thorn that I read earlier this year. Complete 5 stars. So I'm hoping to get into the spooky atmosphere of another Ava Reed book, possibly. Then I landed on Toffee Apple, or Candy Apple in the United States, and this one means read a sticky book, or a book that you think that it will be impossible to put down. So the book that I'm going to choose for this is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I have heard nothing but fantastic things about this. I've wanted to read it. I've heard it is just off the wall crazy, blows your mind. I can't wait. I cannot wait to read that book. The next one I landed on was most recent purchase. I'm going to cheat just a tad bit here. This is not my most recent purchase, but my most recent acquirement. Still, even after last month, I've been doing really good. I haven't been buying any books. Hello. But it is one that I need to fit in, and that's still going to be Legacy of the Vermilion Blade by Jay Talsquaw, who kindly sent me this book for review, and I need to get to it. So that's what I'm hoping to do this month. Cannot wait to get to that one. It was a Spiffman 9 contestant. The next book that I came to was TBR Vet. And so what I'm going to do with TBR Vet is I'm going to kind of leave that open as long as, and then the next one was Mood Read. I'm going to leave both of these open because lots of these books that I pulled out of my jars will fit both of these prompts, and so I think it is fantastic that I drew some pretty awesome prompts for Spookopoly where other books will slot right on in there. So I'm not going to go all throughout the books that I drew out of here, of these jars, because I'm just not going to sit here and read what these books are about, but I'm going to tell you which ones I think out of each category. I thought that'd be fun. Which ones I think that I get to this month. So out of the owned books jar, I think that I will get to, I pulled Along the Razor's Edge and I substituted that one for the sequel. I need to get to sequels, hello. But I'm going to substitute Along the Razor's Edge for The Lessons Never Learned, I think is what the second book is called. I think that's the one that I'm most likely to read, even though I want to read all of them. But that's the one that would be better suited for me to read. And that is, of course, a self-published fantasy series by Rob J. Hayes that is following our main character who, there's magic. Magic has been taken away. They have been conquered. She has been put into prison and now she has found her way out. She is finding her way out of prison and hopefully they're going to defeat the conquerors. But who knows? I don't know what's going to happen in this book. I think it's a 5-book series. And I don't know what I'm going to read out of my indie jar. I think that any one of them could be. I think the least likely book that I'm going to pick up is Dragon Mage, just because it is a very, very hefty boy. And so I think that's least likely. So whichever one is the shortest book. Possibly because it has some romance in it, Lady of the Mark. Because I tend to read romance a little bit faster. And so I'm trying to read a lot of books in October. So that may be one that I read. As far as the new releases goes, I, for some odd reason, again, a YA fantasy romance, but the cover just looks really, really cool. I like The Gardens of the Cursed for this by Katie Rose Poole. Again, I don't know much about it, but I think it's enemies to lovers, fantasy romance type of thing. And I haven't heard much about it, but I'm interested. And then the other one is maybe The Keeper 6 because it is just a very short novella. So if I need a lot of short things to read, I may reach for Keeper 6. It has something to do with a badass mom character who's trying to, I think, save her child from being kidnapped. And then my backlist book, I think that, you know, to kind of mix up the genres, The Female of the Species is the shortest one out of it. And it is hard-hitting topics. It deals with rape. I think that that's probably the one I'm most likely to reach for. I don't know if I'll be in the mood for hard sci-fi, which is Revelation Space. And I won't let you go, but I don't know how. I think it's a translated work, so I don't know how that's going to jive with me. And then Blood and Moonlight, that's another, I think, YA fantasy. So I think I can only do one YA fantasy as I'm growing out of that genre, so Gardens of the Curse seems more likely to fit for that. In other news, we may want to talk about what sequels I'm going to read, because you know I have to read a sequel, and The Lessons They Never Learned does not count because I pulled that book out of my own jar. So I have not thought about the sequels, but I think I may reach for the next Dresden because they're very short and they're easy to get through, and I think this month I have a lot of things to get through, and the rest of the sequels on my radar are kind of they're longer, so they're going to take me longer. But so Dresden is certainly one that I need to get to kind of finish up, and I'm that. Okay, so that wraps up my October TBR. I want to go ahead and tell you guys that I will be vlogging in October. September did not go as planned. I got sick. I got the stomach virus. Then I got which I'm still sick from. But I will be vlogging in October. I will be vlogging my Team TBR challenge where I literally get a prompt and have to fulfill it, and I don't know what the prompts are until I get them, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to be vlogging that. I'm hoping to fit some of these books into those prompts, so therefore I can win my TBR jars. I'm hoping to also spit Spookaplathon into that. I don't know if there's anything else I'm going to be able to fit on the TBR, but I am very excited for October. I am hoping that it is a great reading month. Tell me guys, what you are going to read for October. Let me know all the good spooky books for spooky season. I'll catch you guys later.